What up, though? It's Vino checking in once again. And this week I want to talk to y'all about when I ran track and field. I ran the 4x8 relay and I ran the 4x16 relay. And something that I realized is that watching a relay is completely different from actually running a relay. It's totally different. So the first thing that I learned is that it's 4 people to each group. Now these groups are referred to as heat. You might have heat 1, heat 2, and possibly heat 3. Now in each heat, you have your lead runner, you have your second leg runner, you have your third leg runner, and you have your anchor. Now generally, the fastest runners are either gonna be your lead runner or your anchor, because I was always either a lead or an anchor. Now sometimes coach here put me in the heat with all of our second string runners, and I go to the meet like, well, I guess I'll be working on my time today because it don't look like we're gonna be winning no medals, because I practice with these guys and they not hungry. But at other times he'll put me in the heat with all of our first string runners, and I'll be hype at the meet like, yeah, like, yo, we about to win some gold today, baby. We about to win some gold medals today, baby. We got an all-star squad. You feel what I'm saying? And then I also learned about the baton. See, from watching the sprinters, I learned that it's a certain technique when you pass the baton. You see, because the difference between winning and losing can be as small as a millisecond. So they had a certain technique when they passed the baton. You know what I'm saying? And then I learned that one thing that you do not do is drop the baton. Because if you drop the baton, you have to go back and get it. And that can cost you a couple seconds. That can cost you the race. And you definitely don't want to drop the baton and keep running. Because in order to cross the finish line, it can't just be you crossing the finish line. You got to cross the finish line with the baton. All right? Now, my track and field career has long been over. It's been about 19 to 20 years. But something that I still relate to my life is the concept of passing the baton. And I began to ask myself one day, Vino, who passed you the baton? Who passed you the baton, Vino? And you know, I just began to think about how I used to always be on probation. I was always in and out of jail. I was always in front of different judges. And finally, I made my way to prison. And when I came home, I had all of this newfound information. But see, they passed me the baton, and instinctively, I was back off to the races. I'm focused on that almighty dollar. You feel me? But at some point, I slowed down and I started looking around, and I began to pay closer attention to what was happening. And I realized it's the same race. It's the same heat. And I'm in the same place. And in the middle of the race, I stopped. And I had all of these people on the sidelines. They like, go, Vino, go. Like, what you doing? Keep going. You almost at the finish line, Vino. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And I stopped, y'all. And I dropped the baton. And I was like, you know what? I don't like this heat. And I don't like this race. And I don't like where it's taking me. You know what? I'm way too talented for this. And I decided to find me a new race and find me some new teammates. And I changed my life. So something that I want you to think about is who passed you the baton and where are you headed right now from receiving that baton. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of people who look up to you, and it's a lot of people that you hang around, and automatically you don't even know that they passing you the baton. You don't even see it like that. It's something that I seen in hindsight. So that's something to pay very, very close attention to. Who's passing you the baton? And are they setting you up for success? Are they setting you up in a great position to finish? And is it at a destination that you want to go to? That's something to think about. Also, who are you passing the baton to? Yeah, see, because the next generation, they don't always listen to what we say. They more so listen to what we do. So if you find yourself, you doing stuff like you smoking cigarettes, guess what? You passing the baton on to your kids or to your brothers and sisters. If you find yourself dropping out of school and just quitting, guess what? You passing the baton. You're gonna keep that legacy going. If you find yourself, all you want to do is eat and you don't want to work out, you just want to sit up all day and gain all of this weight, guess what? You passing the baton. You letting the next generation know that it's okay to do that. It's all right to do that. So that's something to think about. Think about who are you passing the baton to and how are they going to carry on your legacy. Yeah, that's something that I always think about. So if you don't get nothing from anything that I'm saying, just think about who passed you the baton and who you're passing the baton to. And that should be enough to make you make some changes in your life. That should be enough to trigger some things in your life to be like, hey, you know what? I'm not doing this no more. I'm going to go in a new direction. So if you don't get nothing else from what I'm saying, yo, think about that. Who's passing you the baton and who you're passing the baton to.